Sakina, ഒരിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ PTA പ്രസിഡന്റുമാരെ, എല്ലാ ടീച്ചറുകളെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥി പ്രതിനിധികളെ, teachers, faculty, administrators, students, and our dear guests, willkommen deutsche Freunde. Wonderful to see you all. എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ വിനീതമായ നമസ്കാരം. I'm delighted to have been invited by you to inaugurate the 69th annual day of St. Gorettis. It's a very special institution, named, as you all know, for a very special person, the patron saint of young girls, of virtue and chastity, of purity, and of strength of character, particularly in young girls. So I was a bit surprised to discover you've admitted boys as well. But why not? Boys should also learn to respect young girls. So I understand why you've gone for education. Actually, the story of St. Goretti is quite amazing because she was murdered at the age of 11 and a half. And subsequently, with some miracles attributed to her. And the story was in some ways quite similar to that of Saint Agnes 1500 years earlier. And so it's fascinating how in humanity some of these lessons and timeless values are imparted through the stories of the saints. I mention this only because I've always believed that the school is not only a place where you study and become a good student. A school is also a place where you grow up and become a good human being. And one of the duties of a school founded by the Nalanchira Church is bound to be to instill ethics, values and morality in the students as well. So that when you emerge from the school, you are anchored and rooted in a sense of who you are, what you value, and how you must be. That is part of the entire process of schooling. The classroom is never the sum total of the school experience. Yes, you study in class, and your teachers want you to do well, and the school is very proud of those students who have got good grades and done well in the examinations. That's good and that's essential. But school is also where you discover your other talents and qualities. We saw the beautiful dance at the beginning of our program today. I believe the students are class 8 or 9 or 10. And I was very impressed with the quality and elegance of their dance. That again is something that they have acquired while studying at school. Extracurricular activities are very important, whether it's dance, whether it's music, whether it's sports, and you are a sports school now, so sporting excellence is also part of what you discover as you grow up. The school days are the time for you to learn what you are capable of, what you are good at, and perhaps what you're not so good at. Not everybody can be a champion in the 100-meter dash, just as not everybody can come first in the class in computer science. We all have different talents. But God has not created anybody without a talent. It might be a talent to study hard. It might be a talent for sports. It might be a talent for dance. It may just be a talent to make your friends laugh and cheer them up. It may just be a talent to be somebody who knows how to inspire others with their own example of hard work. It doesn't matter what your talent is. School is when you find out what you are capable of. And the best advice I can give to all of you, particularly the high schoolers who are finishing their schooling in the imminent future, is the most important lesson you must learn at this point is to be the best you that you can be. Nobody else can be you. Find out who you are, learn what you're capable of, and then do the best at that. No one can demand more of you than that. When you demand the best of yourself, then you know that if you have not done so well in the examinations, it was not because you didn't try, it's because somebody did better. There's no shame in that. But if you have the ability and you don't try, that is something to be truly ashamed of. So it's very important to be the best you that you can be. To the teachers, I will say, in the 21st century, we are producing and releasing children into a world in which change is happening with dizzying rapidity, particularly technological change. And the result is that we are looking at a future in which, to give you one example, the Oxford Martin School has published a report saying that 30% of the jobs in the world in 2030 will be jobs that don't exist today. How do you prepare for a job that doesn't exist? You can't find anything in any textbook that's been written because people are yet to invent that job. But between 2024 and 2030, jobs are going to be created that will be available to you when you girls and boys leave the school and move on into the real world. Finish your college, 2030 comes along, and suddenly you find a whole lot of jobs that you couldn't study for in school or college because they didn't exist then. So why do I tell the teachers, do not teach the children what to think. Teach the children how to think. And why do I say that? Because when I was in school, I would argue that the technique was already out of date, but school education consisted of filling our heads full of facts, figures, dates, lines of poetry. It was a test of memorization and the ability to repeat on the examination paper what we had been taught in the classroom. That is no use anymore in the world. Because the truth is, in the real world, the person who didn't do so well in those exams can find out any fact or figure or formula or date or line of literature by just looking at, by 2 clicks of the mouse on the computer or just looking at their mobile phone. So your memory is going to be against the memory of Uncle Google, and that isn't going to help you very much. What do you need then? You need, as I said, not a well-filled mind. You need a well-formed mind. A mind that knows how to think. And what does how to think mean? It means you may find unfamiliar problems, unfamiliar information, and you would be able to know how to approach it, how to find out what you need to find out to understand it, how you would master it. Right. So the important thing is, as I keep telling teachers, encourage creativity in the classroom. Encourage the children to debate each other. You teach them an issue, the next day get 2 students to come and talk about it. Argue with each other about it. The next day get 2 other children to come. It doesn't matter how good they are, you can always correct them, you're the teacher. You can always guide them if they've said something wrong. But you have made them think. It is an extremely important message I'm trying to give you, because I get very worried when I meet young children of your age who think that books, for example, are only for the classroom and for homework. That's a great pity. Yes, there are many kinds of entertainment available to you that come on a screen, whether it's a television screen, a computer screen, or your mobile phone screen. But that's all for you, passive entertainment. When you read a book, even if it's just an adventure mystery or a thriller or a Harry Potter adventure, whatever you read, your mind has to work. You have to imagine what the character looks like, how the character might speak, how tall she is. You may have to imagine the setting that's described by the author, the scene, the room, whatever. But when you watch the same thing on the screen, all the work has already been done for you. The producer has set the scene. The director has told the actors and actresses how to act. And the look of the actor or the actress is already there, so you can't imagine anything different. And the result is your mind is not working. So I urge you all, read because it stimulates your mind. And through that, you actually manage to expand your mental horizons. You are then in a position to gain more out of the world. I often say the mind is like a parachute. Just as you wouldn't jump out of a plane with a closed parachute, like a parachute, the mind works best when it is open. Do not go through life with a closed mind. Be receptive, be prepared to learn every day. I'm much older than most of your parents, but I am very proud to say that I have not lived one day of my life without learning something new. A new word, a new thought, a new idea, a new fact, a new cultural practice, it doesn't matter. Because everything is there in the world that is worth knowing about. You saw us lighting the lamp at the beginning of the program. Why did I stop one of the people and move her hand to a particular wick? Because the lighting of the lamp also has a meaning. It is the earth going around the sun. It is always starting in the east where the sun rises and illuminating the world, just as we hope that the light of the lamp will illuminate today's program. That is the meaning of the lighting of the lamp. Everything has a meaning, but you have to take the trouble to find out. And then, of course, you can't skip a week. You can't light one here and go light one there. The sun doesn't shine in India today and in America tomorrow. You have to go sequentially, let the world turn around the sun, and that's the meaning of the famous Sanskrit phrase, Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Into the darkness let there be light. And that is what this ritual is all about. So these are important things. And perhaps what you need to do is ask your teachers more questions. Don't just wait for the teachers to lecture you from the textbook. Ask them why. Ask them why not. Those are the qualities that will stand you in good stead in the world. And finally, to the parents who may be here, let me say, let's not use the children only to fulfill our own unfulfilled fantasies and hopes. Children are their own persons. They should be allowed to find their own bliss. ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന അച്ഛനമ്മമാരോട് ഞാൻ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ചൂണ്ടിക്കാണിക്കാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നതാണ്. നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ സ്വപ്നങ്ങളെ പൂർത്തിയാക്കാനല്ല ദൈവം കുട്ടികൾ തന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. കുട്ടികളുടെ സ്വന്തം വ്യക്തിത്വമുണ്ട്, അവരുടെ സ്വന്തം കഴിവുണ്ട്, അവരുടെ സ്വന്തം ആശകളും ആശങ്കകളുമുണ്ട്. ഒരു അച്ഛനോ അമ്മയ്ക്കോ എനിക്ക് ഇത് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ മകനോ മകളോ ഇത് ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആ കുട്ടിക്ക് അൺഫെയറാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു അനാവശ്യമായ പ്രഷർ കുട്ടിയെ വെക്കുക, അത് ചെയ്യരുത്. ഈ കുട്ടികൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് കാര്യം വിചാരിക്കുന്നു, അവർക്കറിയാം ചിലപ്പോൾ അച്ഛനും അമ്മയുടെയും വീട്ടിലത്തെ പ്രഷർ അവർക്ക് തീരെ താല്പര്യമില്ലാത്ത വിഷയങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ചായിരിക്കും. എല്ലാവർക്കും നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ രാമായണ, ഞാൻ കുട്ടിക്കാലത്ത് ഒരു കാർട്ടൂൺ കണ്ടു. ഒരു ആന, വലിയൊരു അച്ഛനാന ഒരു കുഞ്ഞ ആനയോട് പറയായിരുന്നു, മകനെ ഞാൻ ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കാത്തതെല്ലാം നിനക്ക് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും കേട്ടോ. ഒരു ഉദാഹരണം പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ, ഞാൻ ഒരിക്കലും എനിക്ക് പറക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചില്ല. I never learned how to fly, says the elephant. So you, my son, the baby elephant, will have to learn how to fly. Now, is that fair to the baby elephant? Is it? That's the point. So I urge the parents, let the children find their own space, let them find their own talents, let them figure out what their own abilities are, and then you will be able to have the satisfaction of happy, fulfilled, and satisfied children who can truly accomplish what they are gifted by God to be able to do. ഇത് മാത്രം പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരെയും കണ്ടതിന് സന്തോഷം കൂടി പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്, ഈ 69 വർഷത്തിൽ ഓരോരു നല്ല പൗരന്മാരെ നമ്മുടെ സാമൂഹ്യത്തിനകത്ത് കൊണ്ടുവന്ന ഈ സ്കൂളിനെ അഭിനന്ദിച്ചു. Congratulating the school for having brought so many good citizens into our society. I congratulate you all on your annual day. എന്നിട്ട് ഞാൻ ഈ സമ്മേളനത്തിനെ ഔദ്യോഗികമായി ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം, ജയ്.